Hey, it's Mark Williams of Swine Life Barbecue. Today we're doing my favorite type of cheeseburger, otherwise known as a skirt burger. If you don't know what one of these are, you need to check them out. A bunch of people are posting pictures of them on Instagram and Facebook. It touches a special place in my heart when I see that much cheese melted. All the cheese around the edge gets crispy. You can't beat it. We're gonna do a simple seasoning. We're gonna get it out here in a Weber kettle, and I'll show you how to set it up to where you can do the cheese skirt without having to use a griddle. 90% of them are all cooked on a griddle or a flat top stove, which makes it super easy, but we're gonna show you the way we do it out here on the grill. Let's get started. So the first thing we need to do is get these seasoned. We started out with just 80-20 mix of your standard ground beef. These both have been patted out and weighed. They're right at a ½ pound a piece. For the first layer of seasoning, we're gonna use Townsend Spice & Supply, their seasonal. It's a great mixture of salt, pepper, garlic, and we're just gonna do kind of a medium coat. We're gonna get it kind of patted in. We'll do both sides. And once we get that in, if you have not tried grind on the burger yet, you're missing out. This stuff turns out great on a burger, adds great color. We're gonna do the same thing, just about a medium coat. Now we want to give this about 20 to 30 minutes. That'll give us time to get our chimney lit, get this Weber kettle set up. It'll also let this rub do its magic. It'll work in, it'll start sweating, turn out to be some really good burgers in the end. Let's go get the fire started. So we're gonna set this Weber kettle up in kind of a 2-zone fire. I'm using the slow and sear just to help hold these coals together. I'm not even gonna fool with the chimney today. I'm gonna take 2 of these tumbleweeds, put in each end of this, kind of cover them up a little bit with some coal, and then we'll get them lit. And we'll give this time to kind of get these good bed of coals going. I'm gonna leave the lid off, make sure your vents are wide open, and let your fire get started. Next, while we got the Weber kettle fired up, we're gonna get the cheese ready to make these cheese skirts. So what I have is 2 9-inch, just cheap disposable pie pans. What we're gonna take is just some canola oil, and we'll just give it a good spray. And then we'll take the cheese and get a good bed of cheese in the bottom of these pans. So as you can see today, we're using a Monterey Jack blend. It's one of my favorite kinds of cheese. It's gonna go really good with these burgers later. You'll want it about a 1/4 inch thick all the way around. What this is gonna do is this is gonna make our cheese skirt. This pan's gonna get hot on that grill. It's gonna brown that cheese, it's gonna make the edge crispy. Then all you have to do then at the end is when you build your burger, you flip this over on top of your cheeseburger and you have the perfect cheese skirt all the way around that meat patty. So we'll let that Weber come on up to temp. It probably has another 10 to 15 minutes and we'll get these burgers on, we'll get these skirts made, and we'll have a good burger here shortly. So it's been about 30 minutes. It's time to get these grates on here. These coals are good and ashed over just like we want them. And then we'll take these grill grates and place upside down. That way you kind of get a good surface crust when you start getting these burgers on there. They'll sear it really well. We'll get the lid on. Now I'm gonna check this back about halfway. Give it about 10 or 15 minutes, we'll be ready to put these burgers on. So the grill's come up to temp. Of course, we shoot a video, Mother Nature says it's gonna storm, so we're gonna try to make this quick. First thing first, we're gonna get the cheese on here. We'll set it over here to the back side, and then we'll take these patties, place right on these grates, and then we're gonna give them about 3 minutes. Them grates are screaming hot, so they should sear pretty quick. We'll check our doneness here in about 4 to 5 minutes, but like I say, we'll flip them in 3. So it's been about 3 minutes. Let's see what we're looking like. And that is a perfect sear on these. These are cooking pretty fast, which is great. We'll go another 3 minutes and we should be about done. So it's been about 3 minutes on the back side. We ought to be right there at it. We'll see what our doneness is real quick. So we're only at 120, which I'm okay with that. What we're gonna do now, basically get these off the grate, get them over here to the other side. Careful with this grill grate, because like I say, it's gonna be screaming hot. We'll get it out of the way. And now it's time to do the cheese. So what I recommend doing is getting it over your coals, just like you're fixing to fry it. So you'll see as soon as it got over them coals, it's already sizzling and bubbling. And just take your time. I got some hot gloves on under these gloves. Just give them a twist every now and then. And you're just wanting to brown the bottom side of that cheese. And you're just gonna keep an eye on it. You can do this on the stove top and just keep twisting these. Keep an eye on them because it goes pretty fast. And you can see right here how the cheese is starting to brown around the edge. That's what you're looking for, but you want it all the way around the surface of that cheese. So this cheese has been frying for about a minute tops. As you can tell, we got a good crust all the way around it. That tells me the bottom of that cheese in that pan is gonna have that same crispy crust all the way through. So we're gonna get these up. We'll get the burgers up. We're gonna carry them on up to probably about 150 internal. We'll see y'all inside. We'll build one heck of a cheese skirt burger. All right, so we got these burgers in here. Just as a small recap, we started out with 80-20 ground beef. We cooked them on the back side of the grill grates, and you can tell, man, they got an awesome sear, a great crust. The star of the show, though, is gonna be this cheese. So first off, once you get it back in, you can see it kind of denses up once it cools off, which is exactly what you want. Take you a butter knife, and you'll just run around the edge just like that. It's not gonna stick. And then as you can see, you got a crispy cheese crust all the way around underneath there. So let's build this burger. First off, we just got some standard buns. Try to get the pretty ones. Every burger, of course, you gotta have some mayo. We ain't got time for ketchup and mustard. We're a mayo family around here. Get a good spread of mayo on both buns. Then I'll get in trouble because I got breadcrumbs in the mayo. And then I personally like to do the onions and the pickles on the bottom underneath the meat itself. And then of course, we'll take this one right here on top. Now the star of the show. Let me scoot it up here where you can see it good. Slide that butter knife in there. And I guess we better put some vegetables on here just to be safe. A little lettuce on top. And then there it is, folks. You got that awesome crispy cheese all the way around. It's good and soft. I don't even know where to begin to cut this thing. So we'll just go right down the middle. Now that is a pretty good shot right there. Let me get this turned around. That's a skirt burger if I ever seen one. So one of the best things about a skirt burger, depending on who fixes it, how they do it, if it comes out and it's still piping hot frying, that's the best kind. You get this cheese skirt, of course it's just as crispy as can be. And that cheese actually picks up a grill flavor being on that Weber like it was. Time for the showdown, here we go. That, my friends, is an awesome burger. You get the crispness of the cheese. Of course, the ground beef is awesome. But to me, that's what makes a good cheeseburger, is the cheese itself. I may just have to hit a pause button on this one. I'm not gonna lie, folks. I can sit there and eat that whole burger and not even check up. It's awesome flavor, great texture. That beef is great just because that 80-20 has enough fat and it renders down. Even that this burger is still kind of a medium well, it's packed full of juice. I'm gonna have to kick y'all out because I'm gonna have to finish eating this burger. Well, that's a wrap for us today at Swan Life. As you can tell, I had to stop for a minute, go ahead and finish that half of that burger. It was that good. I appreciate y'all stopping by, checking the video out. If y'all got any questions, shoot us a message on Facebook and Instagram. I'll be glad to help y'all out however I can. And as always, like and subscribe to the channel. We'll see y'all next time.